Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back. What is Smart Life? Smart Life is not just a podcast, it's not just a team, it's not just a company. It's a way of living Smart Life. ¿Qué es Smart Life? Es una solución para un momento difícil. Y aquí con nosotros está Jesse Ruiz. He's a licensed embalmer. He's been in this business for 30 years. What an amazing opportunity to have you here, Jesse. A fun fact about Jesse, as a licensed embalmer, he has embalmed celebrities like Michael Jackson, el esposo de Celia Cruz, que parece que se llama, ¿cómo se llama el esposo de?
Se llama Pedro Caballero Knight.
Pedro Caballero Knight, a Brittany Murphy y muchos más. So, le quiero dar aquí el momento a nuestro señor Jesse Ruiz. Otra vez, muchísimas gracias. Y también aquí a mi lado izquierda tengo a mi señor Miguel Briseño. Yo trabajo cercamente con él en pre-planificación de funerales. Como miran, we're going to have a Spanglish segment. I think it's wonderful. We're going to speak in English with Jesse Ruiz, and we're very fully bilingual, but I want el señor Briseño to translate everything in Spanish para que aquí todos, nuestra familia latina, inglés, español, nomás no sabemos las otras idiomas, but we promise you we'll bring it back. Pero bienvenido, Jesse Ruiz. Muchísimas gracias. Dígame un poquito más de lo que yo lo presenté. Por favor, dígame un poquito más de usted.
Pues básicamente, como dijiste, tengo como 30 años en esta profesión. Me encanta, la amo. Me encanta expandir, explicar, entrenar a agentes, porque yo sé que es muy importante. Nosotros tenemos como dice, tenemos una chance para to get it right, para que todo salga bien, una chance, ¿verdad? And it's at times it's stressful, pero once you complete that service, when it's done, you just feel grateful. You feel the family is grateful. You just feel a great sense of just gratitude.
Perfect. And
which is what I love.
Yes. So Jesse Ruiz has his company name is Personal Funeral Planning. They're based out of Ontario, and they approximately collaborate with about 20 or 30 funeral homes and chapels, correct?
Correct.
Throughout Southern California. We're talking about Los Angeles, the Inland Empire, and Orange County, to name a few, right?
Yes, correct.
So, let me see, Jesse, I brought you here for a reason because, again, we're going to have Mr. Briseño talk to us in Spanish. So just to give you a little bit of a synopsis here or an idea, Jesse Ruiz he's the one that handles the funeral when the situation is here, when a loved one has passed on. Briseño, Señor Briseño, and myself, as a professional, we take care of the pre-planning. So when we talk to families to pre-plan for the future, this is who you will be talking to. And when the time comes and our loved ones have passed on, we will be dealing and collaborating with Mr. Ruiz. So you get to see what happens in the background and the people that are involved in this. It's not just calling them up and saying it's here. It's pre-planning and literally sitting down with families and asking you, this could be well for you, for a loved one, for your own children. What we're trying to avoid here is the confusion, the stress that comes when we don't pre-plan. Okay. Everything, we get results when we pre-plan, even just to lose weight. In order to get results, we need to pre-plan meals, pre-plan exercises. But in this case scenario, we're going to talk about what we feel is taboo. Everybody feels it's very hard to talk about situations like this, but I'm a pre-planner. I love to help families, and I want to try to avoid the confusion and the pain. And this segment is going to be about that and to tell you that it's not hard and it shouldn't be taboo. It should be something that we can go to sleep comfortable and then enjoy the rest of your life, and not worry about those case scenarios in the future, correct? So we're going to ask you a few questions, Jesse. In your experience, pre-need versus at need, what is your experience with families when it comes to that?
It's night and day. When I meet with a family that has nothing planned, not even, let's say, a life insurance versus a pre-need, it's night and day versus a family that's already pre-planned. The most thing, what I see a lot when they're not prepared is just somewhat chaotic. If there's multiple children, everybody's trying to, decide what casket, what color, the flowers. It's very chaotic. Versus that person saying, okay, I want this casket, the pink roses, where it's already planned out for you. It's night and day. You just feel tension sometimes where they're not prepared.
Oh, I bet.
See this day and versus, okay, here's our plan. Mom picked. We have it down to the memorial folders. We have multiple folders where she'll pick, okay, I want the pink rose or I want the white rose. So it's little particular things like that. She's technically left us instructions.
Correct.
Versus somebody that's not prepared.
I mean, ¿qué opina usted, señor Briseño? Digo, le terminé de preguntar, obviamente usted entendió la pregunta, pero ¿qué es la diferencia? ¿Qué es lo que usted mira en la prenecesidad o el momento de la necesidad?
Primeramente, gracias por la invitación.
Sí, cómo no.
Sí, bueno, como dice el señor Jesse, ¿no? Es totalmente diferente de la noche al día. Cuando la familia nos da la oportunidad y que nos abren la puerta de su casa o nos dan su tiempo para explicarles cómo pueden hacer un programa ahorita, un plan, es mucho mejor para ellos porque estamos como ahorita, tranquilos, no hay dolor, no hay tristeza, ¿sí?
Sí.
A diferencia como cuando ya falleció un ser querido, pues realmente nosotros ya no vamos a poder ayudarlos, sino van a ir directamente con una funeraria, por ejemplo aquí con el señor Ruiz. Sí, ahorita hay otra diferencia también de que cuando hacen un plan en pre-necesidad van a hacer un contrato con una aseguradora que va a estar seguro el dinero ahí para el momento de necesidad. Tienen planes en paguito, hay planes mensualmente, perdón. Hay muchos beneficios. Como le comentaba al principio, lo hacen de una manera tranquilos. Toman decisiones tranquilamente. ¿Qué color de casket quieren, de ataúd? ¿Qué más? Congelan el precio, ¿sí?
Eso es bien importante.
Sí, definitivamente hay la inflación está año con año subiendo, ¿verdad? Entonces, ahorita una persona que tenga 40, 50 años compra su plan, 3, 4 veces va a subir si llega a morir a los 90 años o más. ¿Sí?
Es cierto.
Entonces, hay otra de las cosas muy tristes, desafortunadamente, a veces nos llaman las familias a la mera hora. Ya la familia no tienen que hacer un contrato por medio de una aseguradora, sino tienen que ya ir a tocar la puerta de una funeraria y pagar a la funeraria el costo total.
El costo, sí.
Tristemente está el dolor, la angustia, la tristeza de haber perdido al ser querido. Más aparte, si no tienen los recursos, el dinero, es un estrés todavía mucho más grande.
Oh my God, sí, es cierto. You have witnessed that, of course, right? When they're not pre-planned and are at need. What are some of the things you see there?
It's extremely stressful. It's sad for us as well. And you try to help families as much as you can, but obviously it's a business. Regardless. ¿Verdad?
Correct.
And every funeral home, they have certain legalities, certain rules that they have to abide by. Pero it's extremely sad sometimes, seeing them doing car washes, doing kermeses.
The GoFundMe.
The GoFundMe.
I mean, that's very popular, ¿verdad? El GoFundMe.
And the thing is, for example, not only the cemeteries, but the funeral, the cemetery and the funeral home, there's two different entities. También, a lot of people think that just because they come with me, that everything's paid for, and it's not. It's you have a mortuary and you have the cemetery, so it's two different entities where you have to pay. Both entities, we require payment 48 hours prior, either for me to provide the service or for them to do the burial. Correct. So the family at that point, they have to pay in full.
Yeah, and I've seen situations before where they resort to even getting loans that they're going to have to pay back.
Credit card still.
So Pre-planning to me, I mean, I've been in the business for a few months, actually for almost a year. And, the gratification that I see when we totally prepare them for the unexpected, right?
Exactly.
And we give them this gift, que es el regalo de amor, the gift of love. And here it is.
El regalo de amor.
Yes.
Nice.
And if you don't mind me, aquí el regalo de amor, I mean, basically helps, inclusive si lo quiere explicar usted para que lo pueda explicar.
Sí, sí, el regalo de amor, pues lo dice el libro, ¿verdad? Usted realmente está haciendo este plan por amor a su familia, por amor a los que se quedan atrás, ¿sí? Ahorita usted tiene las opciones tranquilamente, como ya le habíamos comentado, el color del casket. Son detallitos que a veces decimos son muy significantes. ¿Qué color, qué ropa quieres que te pongan?
Exactamente.
Pero en el momento vas a quitar todo ese estrés a tus seres queridos. Estamos hablando de más de 100 decisiones. ¿Quieres que te velen con lentes, sin lentes? ¿Quién va a llevar el ataúd?
Oh, that's a big one.
Sí, hay ocasiones, hay muchas experiencias, ¿verdad? De las mismas familias, pero a veces hay conflictos entre las familias, los nietos. El abuelito nunca habló de este tema, el abuelito nunca compró un plan y a la necesidad los 15 nietos querían cargar el ataúd. Es un conflicto, ¿verdad? Entonces también hay eso se va a evitar. Congelan el precio, ya les dije beneficios.
Hasta hay un video. No, los videos es de regalos, ¿verdad?
Sí, el video es para ponerlo en el servicio funerario.
Sí.
¿Verdad?
Quería explicarlo eso en inglés. We're talking about when you pre-plan ahead. It avoids conflict more than anything, right, Jesse?
Absolutely.
Let me give you some scenarios. Let's say a grandmother passed away and she had nothing pre-planned. I mean, we have to decide, what was her favorite color? And I could guarantee that out of all, let's say 13 members of the family and another 10 grandchildren, everybody's going to say a different color. So what was grandma's favorite color? What was mom's favorite color? I just ran into a situation not too long ago, and someone passed away, and the simplest of things, what are the names of your parents' name? What are their names? What are your grandparents' names? If let's say they died many years ago, do you really know the name of your grandparents? So simple questions such as that. I mean, everything comes into play, and then try doing that while you're under stress or pain or sorrow. I mean, all this can be avoided. True or not true? I mean, how many times do you ask the question and you have more than one family member there? Let's talk about the at need, right? So what happens there when there's conflict in questions?
And going back to the grandparents, we actually do need to know that decedent's parents. That's vital information that goes on the death certificate. And families do have sometimes challenging times to find those names, in particular their grandma's maiden last name.
Yes.
We need to know that. Yes. And that's information that is vital. That goes on the person's death certificate.
Correct.
So there is that conflict. But so what happens when a death occurs? We, as the funeral home, we need to basically find out who is the legal next of kin.
Yes.
Once we know who that person is, we just work with that person. Correct. Whether it be the spouse, whether it be the parents or the children, if that person left a healthcare directive assigning somebody to be the next of kin. So once the funeral home finds out who that person is, then we deal with that one person.
So let me ask you something. Yeah. I'm just going to throw this question out there because I'm pretty sure there's people that would ask the same question. Let's say a divorced couple didn't get legally divorced. Would that be the next of kin?
Yeah.
Okay.
The wife, because he's married, or
yes,
vice versa.
True. Yeah. So they've been dating someone else for the last 10 years, but the next of kin is the ex-wife or the ex-husband.
The wife, yeah.
Right?
Because they're still technically married.
Correct. They're technically married.
Unless that person left a power of attorney for healthcare to somebody else, and that supersedes the spouse.
Exactly. But there is no power of attorney. there is no trust, there is no legal divorce. So the next of kin would be the ex.
Yeah.
So these are scenarios, again, going back to Smart Life and pre-planning. There's so many areas that we're going to touch in the future, but that's just one of the smallest of scenarios that I'm pretty sure you've ran into.
Of course.
So the best thing to do, so even on the next of kin, let's just say they did pre-plan.
Okay.
Everything's pre-planned, everything's paid for.
Yep.
Even the next of kin exists, but if they already paid for it, the contract is solid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you wouldn't have to go to the next of kin.
No. Regardless, we still have to go through the next of kin.
Okay.
So the person on that contract could be it could be anybody basically. But by law, we have to find who is the legal next of kin, because that person. So aside from planning, let's say a funeral arrangement, that legal next of kin person still needs to come to the mortuary and sign. It could be anywhere between 6 documents to 15 documents.
Okay.
Them authorizing, okay, yes, we are gonna do what my wife said. We'll do a cremation, vice versa, and I'm authorizing it. So that person still has to sign multiple.
Okay,
documents.
so even if I do a contract with pre-planning,
No,
the
there's
next
still
of kin
more.
has the final decision.
Yes.
Okay.
And authorize that. Yes.
So
yeah.
get yourself in order, pre-plan everything, starting from a living trust,
Yes.
okay, or a living will, right? And power of attorneys. So we'll be talking about power of attorneys in the future. I will make sure, and in fact, let me write that down. Power of attorney.
And remember, there's 2. There's a financial
Okay.
and there's a healthcare.
Okay, financial. Yeah, the healthcare is the advanced directive.
Yes, and that's the one that we look for. The funeral home looks for that because that has a sentence that specifically says you are authorized to basically dispose of my body, however you want
That's
to.
right, that's
cremation,
right.
And that's what we need.
So the advanced directive.
Yes.
Okay, so advanced
Absolutely.
directives. I will get you more information about advanced directives and power of attorneys. We'll have someone here that specializes in power of attorneys here in the future, just stay tuned. We're just going to give you more and more information. ¿Qué opina usted de eso? Increíble, yo no sabía eso. Yo pensaba que nomás al ser el contrato era nomás el contrato, pero sí ayuda a tener un contrato, es obvio, ¿verdad?
That's the roadmap.
Yeah.
Es el principio.
Y no creo, I mean, 9 out of 10 times creo yo que cualquier persona va a respetar, ¿verdad? Lo que uno pone en contrato, lo que uno ya preplanificó, ¿verdad?
Yes,
es lo que yo creo.
Yes.
Pero pues hay unas situaciones especiales que a veces quieren hacer el daño hasta el último momento, ¿verdad?
Yes.
Pero lo importante es, de todos modos, tener nuestros contratos. ¿Pero qué opina usted de eso?
Bueno, regreso al libro de amor, ¿verdad? Se van a evitar muchos problemas y, como dije, van a hacer la carga más ligera para los seres queridos. Igual aquí tenemos una página donde pueden llenar la información vital, como comentaba, quién era su abuelito del fallecido, ¿verdad? Entonces aquí va a poner esa información. Esto va a ayudar para el momento de hacer las actas de difunción.
Correcto.
¿Sí? Cuando la familia tiene un plan antes de, son más de 100 decisiones que tiene que hacer, y aquí lo va a tener escrito. Son detallitos que hasta puede decir qué música quiere que le pongan en el video.
Exactamente.
Sí. Quiere que que esté con joyas, después obviamente se las quiten. Son muchos detallitos, la verdad, lo que acaban de hablar también de quién va a hacer el plan, las decisiones.
Sí.
¿Verdad?
Es cierto.
Igual, sí, como dices, si alguien, mucha gente realmente no sabe eso. ¿Qué tal si yo me separé de mi esposa, pero no estoy legalmente divorciado?
Sí.
La señora todavía es la responsable de venir a hacer las decisiones.
Sí, es cierto.
Sí, yeah.
Eso lo puedo explicar en español ahorita. Es cierto, hablé con Jesse, es lo que estaba explicando el señor Briseño. Es muy cierto. Y lo que dice, hay un documento que después vamos a hablar, vamos a traer un profesional que también nos dé cómo trabaja un power of attorney. ¿Usted se sabe la palabra en español? El poder de...
Carta de poder.
Es una carta de poder.
Sí, es carta de poder, exactamente. Y los advanced directives. Los advanced directives siempre se oyen eso en el hospital, cuando una persona está terminal, quién tiene los advanced directives.
Exacto.
Entonces es muy importante, no importa qué edad, en cuanto la persona tenga 18 años para adelante ya son adultos. Debe de haber un advanced directives cuando parece que es under the age of 18. As a parent, you can still
As
make...
a parent, yes.
Right, okay. So hay cosas legales que tenemos que seguir, pero en este caso que es un poquito raro, pero sí ha sucedido y puede pasar, cuando no tienen esos documentos en sí en forma o que no los tienen preparados, en una situación funeraria, cuando un ser querido pasa, buscan a esa persona, how do you say next of kin?
En español no sé. ¿Qué
El
sería?
familiar más cercano.
Ajá,
Ok,
sí,
so el familiar más cercano.
Más.
Pues
Exacto.
no igual, porque en español se oye como, pues el
Como
más
el-
cercano es mi hijo.
No.
Right,
Pero
no.
si yo no estoy divorciada
Next of
legalmente,
kin es,
el next of kin viene siendo la persona, su ex esposo o su ex esposa.
Sí.
So, si legalmente, cual sucede muchas veces, por evitar ir a corte y legalmente divorciarse, uno sigue casado por vida,
Ujú.
¿ok? Porque uno dice, pues nunca me voy a volver a casar y se queda legalmente casado o casada.
Yep.
Entonces el día llega que Dios no quiera, nos vamos y esa persona con la que usted no está divorciada tiene el derecho de hacer las decisiones finales de su funeral. ¿Cierto o no?
Yes.
¿Cierto o no?
Es correcto, sí.
¿Ok? Aunque uno tenga un contrato que dice que esto es todo lo que quiere, como el regalo de amor, Dios quiera que esa persona siga
Exacto.
con lo que usted deseó en sus últimos momentos o cuando usted pre-planificó. Pero pues también no puede suceder así. Entonces es muy importante tener todo en orden. Y como le digo, voy a traer a un profesional de hablarnos del Power of Attorney, el Advanced Directive, porque como le digo, aunque esté físicamente divorciada o divorciado, pero no legalmente,
Separados,
o separados, esa persona tiene el derecho sobre usted en sus decisiones finales. Entonces, es muy importante tener todo en orden. Pero ¿qué más?
Sí, Linda, también yo lo que quiero agregar es de que principalmente en nuestra comunidad hispana
Sí.
creen que solamente es lo económico, el dinero. No. Se trata de todos estos detallitos
Yeah.
que mencionamos algunos, ¿verdad? Pero igual cuando ya tienen un plan ya con anticipación, igual cuando van a la casa funeraria, ¿sí? Igual como ya está todo escrito, van a durar quizás una hora. Y eso no sé.
Sí.
En los arreglos.
Versus 2 horas,
Versus
yeah.
cuando no tienen nada, estar tomando todas esas
Yes.
decisiones, esos detalles que estábamos hablando,
Yes.
pueden durar hasta 3 horas o más, qué sé
Más.
yo, ¿no?
No, very true.
Y es estresante, las personas están con el dolor, la tristeza. Yo realmente los invito a que agarren este plan o nos den la oportunidad de pasar con ustedes.
Sí, es muy importante. I think it's extremely important. Again, I mentioned it is people feel it's a taboo, and it isn't. When you sit there and start realizing all the questions that are asked during a tough time, it's incredible. I mean, from what you're gonna, what are we going to, what color, music, the most important one, religious preferences.
Yeah, culture.
We have many families that have a different religious preference. That's always a touchy one. What kind of services are you going to
have.
perform or to have,
Yeah, exactly,
right?
yeah.
Whether it's a padrecito or pastor or none.
Yeah.
Or none.
Exactly, yeah.
If you're atheist and you want to have you don't want a religious, but the rest of your family is religious, it's very important to have all that prepared. And, and y dijo usted algo very important, the cost. The cost is not even, can I just share one of my last contracts? It was less than a cup of coffee a day. Okay. Literally less than a cup of coffee a day. And we have different plans, different payment plans, 5 years, 8 years. And it's very economical, very easy. And you're pre-planned. It's something that you get out of the way and it's set it and forget it, right? It's something you don't have to worry about and enjoy the rest of your life. What else can you help us with pre-need versus at need? What are some other things that come into play, or do you think we covered everything pretty well?
I think we did. To me, as you guys mentioned, both of you guys, it's extremely important to have a plan put together. As we mentioned, that person alive gets to say, okay, I want my red dress, I want my pink dress, I want certain rings in certain hands. These are very particular, important little details that you can capture at that moment, meeting with Miguel,
Yes.
And you jot it down. Once the death occurs, then, as we mentioned earlier, versus a 2-hour appointment shrinks to 1 hour, super important. Again, peace of mind for the family.
Peace of mind, definitely.
It's important. One thing that we got to keep in mind, or that I'm aware of, is when that person dies, they're in heaven, they're wherever they may be. That burden is on the living.
Yes.
To come up with the funds, to come up with where we're going to do the service. As you mentioned, is it going to be a Christian service? Is it going to be a Catholic service? Versus you leaving all those details already set up.
Correct.
And it is very difficult, but I believe in pre-need 100%.
Correct.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to do with all this is really trying to avoid the pain to do this while you're trying to grieve. ¿Es verdad?
Sí, correcto.
Evitar el dolor de hacer eso. Hay algo que sí quería preguntar. La diferencia, ¿qué es la diferencia, as far as families are concerned, regarding life insurance versus pre-need insurance or pre-planning?
Between the two?
Yeah.
Between the two, obviously it's great having
Both.
either one or both. Having both is excellent.
Yes.
Having one of the two is good. What happens with a pre-need, let's say like Secure National, there are multiple benefits of doing it that way. You lock the price of today, not tomorrow.
That's right. Locking in the price.
Yes. Every year, it's a business. We raise our prices because our, the caskets go up in price. The crematorium goes in price. Everybody raises the prices. So we have to stay afloat. Every year that happens, versus locking it with today's prices in a pre-need, which
Correct.
is excellent. The other part of a pre-need is it's more lenient as far as the person, if there's any health issues, versus a life insurance.
Correct.
So that they're more particular. That as well. Third is peace of mind, as we mentioned.
Correct.
You leave detailed instructions as to what's going to happen to your body, your services, etc. So.
A mí en lo personal, and let me say it in English and I'll say it in Spanish. I did ask the difference between insurance, life insurance, and pre-need. I do both. I'm your expert. Anyways, but I myself personally, I'll share my experience. I have life insurance. That was the first thing I got when I came into this industry. Why? Because as I mentioned in my previous podcast, I suffered a cancer scare. And during that time, I realized I hadn't pre-planned. I didn't leave anything for my loved ones. My loved ones meaning my husband, my son, and my quadriplegic brother. So the first thing I got, as soon as I was able to, was I got life insurance. And I'll be honest with you, if I didn't pre-plan, okay, I'm waiting, let's say 30 years, 40 years when I pass on. By that time, funerals, ¿qué cuestan los funerales ahorita aproximadamente?
I would say average un funeral maybe $8,000,
Okay.
something affordable.
Affordable,
basic.
pero I think it's a little higher. I think my Nina just got, there was a funeral about 3 weeks ago, and I think I asked my cousin, it was $19,000. Is that easy to just rank? That was
Right?
expensive, right?
Yeah, that's expensive.
But people tell me about $11,000, $12,000, $13,000, $14,000. But let's say 30 years from now, what do we think that price is going to look like?
That's going to quadruple.
Okay, quadruple. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So in my personal experience, I ended up getting life insurance and pre-need just because if my funeral in the future, if I didn't pre-plan, my funeral will probably be 3-4 times the cost that it would be today.
Right.
But I ended up getting pre-planning, a pre-plan. Well, you ended up writing my contract. I ended up getting my pre-planning. And so now, you know, when my time comes, my pre-planning contract will take over my funeral expenses. And my life insurance is intact for my son and my husband, or my husband and my son. So I ended up getting both. And then on top of that, I ended up getting an annuity so that my husband and I are well set in the future. So as you can see, these are baby steps, but I'm pre-planning. This is something I didn't have before I entered this, or I started this industry. And I'm very proud to continue saying that I'm living a smarter life. ¿Algo más que quisiera agregar a nuestro podcast de hoy día?
Bueno, lo que están hablando ahorita de lo que es la diferencia de lo que es una aseguranza de vida y el funeral, como lo comentaba Jesse, y yo también lo recomiendo. Si tienen los dos, mucho mejor. Ok, les voy a poner un ejemplo. Ok, el zapato, usas calcetín y zapato para proteger tu pie. Ok, la aseguranza y el servicio funerario cremación es para el momento del fallecimiento. Ahora, la diferencia es que si tú tienes los dos, el plan de seguro de vida y tu cremación, tu funeral, okay, al momento de la necesidad, no vas a tener que quitarle dinero a lo que te va a dar la aseguranza para cubrir el funeral. ¿Sí?
Exactamente.
Y estamos hablando de inflación. Estamos hablando que quizás 3-4 veces va a estar más caro el funeral cuando vas a partir de este mundo, ¿verdad? Entonces, vas a ahorrar mucho dinero.
Sí.
Sí. Ahora, otra cosa. En el momento de la necesidad, cuando ya tengas todo tu plan, ya pusiste todos los detalles, la persona murió en la casa, no importa si está en hospice o si murió en el hospital, no le vayas a llamar a la gente de tu aseguranza de vida. Le vas a llamar a la funeraria. Esa va a ser la primera llamada. Entonces, yo sí los invito a que realmente platiquen seriamente con la familia y tomar acción más que nada. Porque eso es, no solamente que quede en plática, sino acción. Sí.
So, aquí como lo miran, aquí estamos con un experto de funerales y a un experto que se dedica a las aseguranzas para la preplanificación. Y también yo, que soy experta en todo. No se crean. Pero sí, ahorita siento que estoy muy informada y sigo aprendiendo. Y todo lo que voy a aprender, se los voy a enseñar a ustedes. Everything I learn as I'm walking this journey of a smarter way of living is going to be shared with you. So I love to learn. Like today, thank you very much for reminding us about the power of attorneys and the advanced directives. So important. We talked about divorces too, so make sure you get divorced if you're divorced, right? Y hablamos de la pre-planificación y el por qué es tan importante. Entonces, aquí en Smart Life, es de tener una solución fácil para el momento difícil, right? Y de eso se trata. So aquí estaremos con ustedes. ¿Tienes algo más que agregar, Jesse? Would you like to add anything else?
No, just thank you so much for allowing me to be here.
No,
and
thank you.
share
It was
my
an honor
knowledge.
for us to have you here with us.
Thank you.
Señor Briseño.
Sí, solamente quiero agregar algo. Es muy importante que las familias se den el tiempo de que nos escuchen, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Antes de. ¿Por qué? Porque a veces dice alguien o uno dice, es que yo quiero cremación. Ok. Entonces, denos la oportunidad para explicarle.
Sí.
Porque hay diferentes paquetes de cremación. Cremación directa, cremación con identificación, cremación memorial, cremación con un servicio de cuerpo presente. Sí. Todo tiene un costo diferente. Igual tenemos planes de funerales también, tanto directo como con servicios, con el velorio. Podemos hacer el velorio en su casa, en su iglesia, Es bien importante, mucha gente no sabe esto. También tenemos traslados.
Traslados, es lo que iba a decir.
Envíos.
Tenemos traveling plans. That's right. We have to cover that before we close.
Yeah.
Explique el traveling plan y yo lo explico en inglés.
Bueno, lo primero, lo que quiero es decir que es un traslado, un envío. Una persona que desea que lo lleven para su país de origen, lo podemos llevar. ¿Sí? Muere aquí y la funeraria se va a encargar de llevarlo a su país. Y también tenemos el plan de travel plan, el plan del viajero. ¿Sí? Algo solamente que rapidito quiero explicar aquí. Las funerarias, al momento de ir por su ser querido, algunas cubren 30 millas, otras 40, aquí alrededor. Pero si usted muere en San Francisco, no tiene que salir del país. Va a Nueva York, ¿ok? Ya tiene que pagar por el costo de la traída. Ahora, imagínense, si la persona muere, va a México, va a Europa, Hawái. Entonces, tiene que pagar todo ese costo solamente para traerlo. Entonces, nosotros también ofrecemos ese plan y es a muy bajo costo, la verdad. 450. Sí. Lo puede hacer en paguitos.
So what Mr. Briseño, and thank you very much for covering that. We have a travel plan. So within your contract, I believe some funeral homes, some mortuaries charge, I think within the contract it's 30 miles, some are 40 miles. But aside from that, we also cover the traveling plan, or we have a traveling plan. And that covers in case you're on vacation, in Europe, in Mexico, or whatnot. But within your contract, or within this traveling plan, in your contract, we're able to send your loved one back to their country if they decide to go back to Germany or Europe or Spain, right? It does cover that. Mexico. So we have that
all
travel
continents.
plan. Yes, and all continents. And the travel plan is, I mean, you'd sit here and think that it's oodles and oodles of money. It's literally only $450 right now, right? And that covers sending your loved one to another country. But also, how many times, and I'll be the first one to raise my hand, when you're in that airplane and you're about to take off and you think if the plane falls, I'm gone, right? And nobody's going to survive the crash, right? I always think that way. And I don't mean to. I want to enjoy my vacation, but I've always been feared to fly, right? So something about being so many miles up in the air. But if I have a travel plan, which is one plan I haven't gone, I need a contract on that, Señor Briseño. I need the travel plan for only $450. Why not? And from what I understand, and quote me if I'm wrong, you can get the travel plan even without the funeral plan.
That's
right?
correct. Yes.
So without the funeral planning, you can get the travel plan, and that will cover you for the rest of your life, right? In case anything happens. And it's also good to have because, I mean, me, myself, I love going to Tijuana a lot. And if I'm in the other side of, the border, I mean, that travel plan will, bring me back because that's farther than 30 miles. I was looking at the map that we have with our package and what it costs to bring a loved one back from somewhere else. I mean, China, I think it was like $12,000.
$20,000.
Or $20,000, yeah. So these are very extreme. I wish I had the map in front of me. I have it in my office. But I was sitting there looking at the entire map. It's like, oh my gosh, it costs this much money to send your loved one to different parts of the country or bring you back from vacation.
Bring them back.
Oh, bring them back. Okay.
Bring them back
so
here.
The traveling is just to bring you back?
Yes, if you're on vacation or if you're, traveling for any reason.
Yes.
If you pass away over there,
Okay,
the company is going to take care of the death certificate, embalming, and transportation.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Yes. I didn't know that. So I learned
if
every
you go
day.
to Asia, Europe, Africa, like I said, you're Hawaii, Argentina, anywhere.
Wow. So $450
yes.
Covers all of that.
Yes.
So again, thank you for joining us. Again, thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Miguel, for joining me. Gracias por estar aquí.
Gracias.
Be sure to subscribe and follow us at our social media platforms. And if you would like to contact us, please feel free to contact us at 949-SMART-30. That number again is 949-SMART-30. Thank you again.